Ciao amici, benvenuti al Facile come Italiano. Hello everybody, welcome to Easy as Italian. I'm Rosa and yes, today we want to talk about sempre and mai and their usages in Italian language. Well, first things first, sempre means always. Mai, never. But their usages is slightly different from the usages they have in English, okay? So, right now, I don't have actually any prologue prepared for this session. So literally, I'm just killing the time with some stupid words. I don't know myself if I would start right now or 2 minutes later, but you keep hopes. Right now, let's start with sempre. Well, as I said, it means always. It has some differences with the word always in English. What is that? The first thing you should know, the first rule you have to know about it is that when you're using sempre, unlike in English that we put always or never before our verb, in Italian we put sempre or mai always after the verb, okay? Always after the verb. Like we have this very simple example, lavoro sempre di notte. Lavoro sempre di notte. Lavoro, I work sempre, always, di notte, in night. Okay? So, I always work in the night. Lavoro sempre di notte. Pretty easy, right? And, well, it doesn't matter what tense you're using. It can be indicative, it can be subjunctive, it can be conditional. At any point, you should use sempre and mai, and you should put it after the verb. Okay? For example, we've just learned conditional present, right? So we can have an example, right? I don't know. Studierebbero sempre insieme. Okay? Studierebbero sempre insieme. Again, easy. They would study always together. Literally. Translation, they always study together. They would always study together. Okay? They would always study together. Studierebbero sempre insieme. Now, as you always complain about the examples being too easy and simple, we have one long, complicated one too. We can have that. Like, uscire dal letto di mattina sarebbe sempre la cosa più difficile da fare. Uscire dal letto, kind of getting out of the bed, or as Italians say, getting out from the bed, okay? Di mattina, in the morning, sarebbe sempre, would always be la cosa più difficile da fare. The most difficult thing to do. So, uscire dal letto di mattina sarebbe sempre la cosa più difficile da fare. Getting out of the bed in the morning would always be the hardest, the most difficult thing to do. It's easy, as you can see. Now, we learned this thing about sempre. Now, another rule you should be careful about is that when you are using a tense, okay, when you are using a tense that uses two verbs at the same time, like, I don't know, like for example, passato prossimo, futuro anteriore, okay, tra passato prossimo. These tenses that use two verbs at the same time, an auxiliary verb and a main verb at the same time. Here, when you want to use sempre and mai, you should put sempre or mai after the first verb. That would be auxiliary verb in all of them. So, we can say something like Ho sempre voluto provare le montagne russe. Ho sempre voluto provare le montagne russe. It, yeah, kind of literally is like English. Ho sempre voluto. I have always wanted. Ho sempre voluto provare le montagne russe. to try roller coaster. Okay, so ho sempre voluto provare le montagne russe. I've always wanted to try roller coaster, and maybe you'd ask why in Italian they call roller coaster montagne russe, Russian mountain. That is another topic for another session, but make sure I will explain it. For now, we talked about sempre, and I think that's enough for now. Let's talk about mai a little. It means never, as I said. The usage is just like sempre. We put it after the verb, but again, it has another difference with the word never in English. Okay? When we are using never in English, we can't put a negative verb before that, right? We can't say something like, I don't never. Okay? We should say, I don't ever, or I never do, right? In Italian, it's not like that. In Italian, when we want to use mai, we always should use a negative verb before that, okay? So we say non lavorano mai di domenica, okay? Non lavorano mai di domenica. They never work on Sunday. Non lavorano mai. Non lavorano, it's negative. They don't work. Mai, never. You see? So, they don't work on Sunday. Non lavorano mai di domenica. And the other things are just like sempre. Pretty easy. Now, for example, we can say something like non è mai troppo tardi per imparare. For example. Yeah, that's a good one. Non è mai troppo tardi per imparare. It's never late to learn. Non è mai, it is never, troppo tardi, too late, per imparare, to learn. And the session is finished. Guys, if you see that in this session I'm acting kind of slow and I don't know, like I am dying here, is because I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, and also I have lack of sleep. So yeah, it's logical and reasonable for me to be like this. I hope you would always have your stomachs full and your brain and eyes hardworking. I don't know if that's a good phrase to use. I will see you in the next couple of days. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not yet, and also like the video. Have fun.